Welcome back to the farm. It is a beautiful May day. We're still hitting low temperatures at night, so we don't have all of our tomatoes and peppers out yet, but we'll start planting those out at the end of this week. Looks like from Thursday on, it's going to be pretty warm at night, but right now it's dipping into the high 30s. So we've been waiting on that and doing other chores, like behind me, this trellising of our peas. So I'm just going to show you what we do over there. And then I can walk over to the high tunnel and show you the trellising that we're going to set up for our high tunnel tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers. So right now, Emma and Mandy are working on trellising these peas that we planted into white plastic. We did a single row. They are 6 inches apart. And then on either side, we planted a Salanova type lettuce for salad mix. So I don't know if it's easy to see, but this netting, this square netting, it's about 4 inches by 4 inches. And it's really nice for the peas. They have a lot of area to twine up around and grow really tall. This is a variety of snap peas that needs a trellising. So we have 5 beds of these. They're each about 200 feet long. So hopefully we have a lot of peas come June. Here's just a little update on this section next to the peas. We have our fennel is growing really well in this black plastic. It's pretty sensitive to cold temperatures, but in the black plastic it remains warmer, so they're thriving. And then you can see in the path it looks like weeds are coming up, but we seeded clover to improve drainage and also have a source of nitrogen in this field while the crops are growing. So we'll mow and weed whack this clover once it gets tall and just keep it at bay, but it's a lot nicer to have that established rather than, annual weeds or grasses. And then here we have the celery root. So a lot of people think we're crazy if we're growing, 400 feet of celery root, but we love it, chefs love it, and yeah, it's a big part of our sales, wholesale sales. So that same clover application we did in our onion paths as well. So this year we actually took storage onions out of production and we're just doing spring onions. So we have yellow and red onions that we'll harvest fresh, as well as shallots and 2 beds of leeks. And then we have parsley as well. But you can see away from my shadow, the clover that's coming up. A lot of it's really dense right there because we just hand broadcast it, but it's really nice to have that in the paths. So now I'm in one of our back Gothic tunnels. You can see we have what we have planted covered in here. I can give you a little sneak peek, but in this middle row we have tomatoes, and it has been chilly at night, so we've been covering them up. And then what we're gonna do down this middle purlin line is attach a trellis wire. So it's a little hard to describe, but we will show you once it's up and running. Basically, it's a wire stretching from one end of the tunnel, reaching all the way across to the other end. And then on that line, we'll have strings hanging down, which we will attach the tomato plants to, and they will grow up it. So we don't have to have like a post and weaving situation. They'll just be growing up the lines. And then on either side, we will eventually plant cucumbers here. So you can see we have 2 row. They're about 18 inches apart. And then we're going to landscape fabric this paths. It will cover this hole that we had previously marked. So we'll have landscape fabric in the paths, and same situation over here on the other side. So now we're in one of our shorter tunnels. You can see there's no peak at the top. This is a very short rounded tunnel, and we're going to have lisianthus flowers in the middle, and then on the outside we have basil and eggplant. So each tunnel serves a purpose. We have one more Gothic tunnel that will also have tomatoes or cherry tomatoes, as well as trellis bell peppers. So thanks again for watching this week. We'll show you once we set the trellising up in the high tunnels. That's going to be really exciting for me because I've actually never done that. I've worked in situations where they've had it, but I haven't set it up. So that'll be really interesting for me, and I hope it is for you as well. And we will see you next week when hopefully the weather is no longer dipping into really cold temps and the farm will really start to flourish. Take care.